Good morning, friends. Welcome to my thrifted home. My name is Dusty, and we're on our way to an estate sale. This one is by Dale Crabtree, and he doesn't have these very often. And when I've gone to his ones in the past, I love them. They're full of vintage stuff. The prices are usually phenomenal. I'll link in the description one of my sales I went to where I got a beautiful buffet mirror for $6. That's still been my favorite find of everything that I've found so far of estate sales, of just how wonderful it was, and that it was $6. So, yeah, I found a bunch of stuff there. I want to say that's also where I got a campfire marshmallow tin for Aunt Penny from Penny and Kayla on Little Cahaba Junkin. If you don't watch their channel, you should. It's amazing. And they're wonderful, fabulous, funny ladies, and I love them. But Dale Crabtree, it looks like it has a lot of good vintage stuff, and it's up in Dunn, so it's about 35 minutes from me. I'm also hoping, because it seems when we start getting out of Fayetteville, they're especially Southern Pines and Pinehurst, that people don't tend to turn up as early for some reason. But I'm going to be there almost 2.5 hours early. It doesn't start till 9:30, but I want to make sure I get a good spot, because so many good things in his sale I love. There's old advertising tins. There it looks like some ginger beer bottles, old apothecary bottles, oil lamps, dishes galore, quilts. Oh my gosh, I can't even name it all. But anyway, that's where we're heading to this morning. So stay tuned for the haul. Sorry I didn't get to film inside the house. I really do want to film more inside the house, but today, just like the last estate sale, the last two I've been to, the houses are smaller, and there's so much stuff and so much people that it's really very hard to film in, because honestly, you don't have the room to film, because there's people there and lots of stuff there, and then it's a small house. So anytime I can try to film in the house, I definitely will. But I thought I'd share with you some of the drive home, because look at that sky. It's supposed to be, I think, 66 today. It was a little bit chilly this morning. It was about 40 degrees, and then there was a breeze, so it made it cooler. But right now, it's getting warmer. It's better. So that was a great sale, and I can't wait to share the haul with you guys. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and it's time for the haul. There was a little bit of drama. So when I got to the sale, there was a black hearse already there, and I've seen it before, but it just didn't register. And when I chatted with my friend Deb and Harry, found out the gentleman's name is Roy, and he goes to a lot of estate sales, and he likes to be first or in the very front, and he wants it to be very cheap, because I guess he has a thrift shop that he likes to resell at, which I get it. I have an Etsy shop that I resell stuff at too, so I wanted to have a decent price so I can make some money. And so when you guys buy stuff from me, it isn't an arm and a leg and just ridiculous. I want it to be good all the way around. So I get that, but he's a unique individual, because he was adamant about making sure everyone knew he was first, which, whatever, dude, I'm not going to fight you. As long as I'm in the top 10, I don't care. I just want to make sure I'm one of the first group to get into the house, whether that's the first 10, first 20, first group in the house. That's all I care about, because all bets are off once you're in the house anyway. So I wasn't going to argue with him. But we got there, and I got there after him, and we sat in our cars for about 15 minutes, and then another lady that I don't know pulled up. And so since she got out and another gentleman got out, I decided I better go up to the front. So now there's 4 of us. And we stood out for a little bit, but then he decided that, it's just too cold, which it was about 40, but there was a breeze. And even though it was a beautiful blue sunny sky, it still was a bit chilly. So we all went back and sat in our cars for a while. And then this other lady pulled up, brought up her chair and her bag, and parked her behind right, because Dale, he likes to put a cone out with a line that says don't cross, and said line starts here, so you know that this is where the line is. And they were all there already working, setting up tables, moving things around, and staging the sale. And so she went up there and parked her seat right next to the line. And I was like, well, don't be thinking you're line jumping, lady. You see all these cars here? We're sitting here. Well, then at that point, Dale did come out, and I saw him kind of point to our cars and stuff. So I think she was aware that we were there first. So, okay.
But then she went into the house with a bag, and I'm like, wait a minute. Who do you think you are, just going right in? And sale's not open for another hour and a half. And Deb had told me that there's a lady, and I don't know if it was her, but some lady or two, like sisters, sometimes it would bring treats for the people having the sale, like donuts or whatever. So I was wondering if that's what she did, because she brought up a bag and then she didn't bring the bag back out with her. But then, because you could see her in the doorway talking, next thing I know, she's down the hallway, and I'm like, wait a minute, are we gonna have to fight here? You're already in the house looking at stuff. Sister, get your fanny back out here like the rest of us. So eventually she did come back out there. And then I decided to just be honorary, because I know Roy wanted us to wait in our cars because he was cold and he didn't want to have to get out. But just to kind of get his goat, I decided I'd go wait with her. And then that made other people come out, so that forced him to get out of his car. It's just kind of fun to pick on people. And he was chatting with Dale, and come to find out, he doesn't have just the one hearse. He has 4 hearse. Four hearse. Who even has one, let alone 4 of them? So Dale tried to talk him into, like, he should open his own funeral home, but he didn't want to. So just kind of craziness. But the sale was, I love Dale's sales. He picks good vintage sales, good stuff with old stuff, and his prices are always sometimes dirt cheap, otherwise really reasonable. So on that note, let's get into the haul and see all the awesome stuff. I'm going to start with my stuff first, and then we'll move into what's in the shop. So here we go. I got this step stool, and I mean, I love this old wood one. I don't know that it's like super old or anything, but I love the shape, and my plan is not to use it for a step stool, but to use it for a riser where I can set other stuff up and layer it for decor. But I do have a step stool if I want to use it for that. So thought that was nice. I got that for myself. And I have been wanting like a hurricane lamp, and I got this. Look at this baby. Isn't she beautiful? I love her. I know exactly where she's going. And she was only $25. Can you believe that? And she works. I plugged her in when I got home and she lit right up. So love it. The other big thing I bought was this big scale. I already have a cream colored one, but now I have a black one and I love it. My goal is to get a baker's rack to put on the catio, and then I could use it out there for decor. But oh my gosh, I love it. So happy about that. Then I got this book. It's an older book, but look, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Little Women. Little Men. I keep wanting to say Little Women because that's what she's most famous for, and I absolutely love her book on Little Women. But this is Little Men. And look at the images. Published in, well, it just says MCM X11 or XL, which I don't know my Roman numerals. So I'm assuming 19, I don't know. I'll have to look it up and see if I can find a date for Roman numerals. But I love Louisa May Alcott, and I just thought because it's an older book, I love it, even though I'm not a fan of Little Men. I prefer Little Women, but love the old book. Then got this old Holy Revised Bible, and I'll be curious to see if there's anything, if there is some underlining in it. I always love when people write or leave notes in their Bible, and it does say December 25th, 1955, Daddy, from Mama, Philip, Sarah, Wanda, and Patricia. So how sweet is that? And it's published 1952. So isn't that cool? Then I got myself some more of these folding measures. There's this one, and then this one is very much like it, and then this one has got the metal running through it. I love that, at least on the sides anyway. But my grandpa Peck always had these, and they always impressed me as a child. So evidently now I'm starting to collect them. I can't help myself. I think this is number 6, and I did put a couple in my shop, but the wooden ones like this, I can't pass them up. Those are for me. Then I got this little pillbox, and I was going to put in the shop, and then I realized it's embroidered on top, and I absolutely love that it's embroidered, so I'm keeping that for myself. But isn't that sweet? I don't think it has any markings on it, but still love it. And then they had woven a ribbon through this and made it into an ornament, but I removed the ribbon just so I could have a sand dollar. I wish I could find one when we're at the beach, but they're usually too broke up. But I love it. There's an old story that goes with the sand dollar and the star, but I don't remember what it is. Maybe if you know, you can share it. But I know there's an old like saying or something to do with God and the sand dollar. I'll have to look it up, see if I can find it. So then they also had this vintage glass measuring cup, and I thought it was really cool. I could use it, but I already have several measuring cups that I like, so I thought I'm going to save this one for display. And then I love this old jar with the aluminum top. I think I have some bobbins I've been collecting, so I thought this would be a great size to put the bobbins in it for a display. Then I got this old jar. On the front it says Grappuccino, sparkling Grappuccino, naturally good, property of R.R. Rochelle. On the bottom it says Birmingham, Alabama, nod to Penny and Kayla in Alabama. And the drink of the nation, 6.5 fluid ounces, patented May 16th, 1921. So how cool is that? Love it. So that, I don't know what I'm doing with, but I love it, so it'll find a spot. Then I love Snoopy, so I found this old Snoopy Christmas ornament. How cute is that? And then this one's from 1996, and it is a Hallmark that says Close-Knit Friends, and I just thought it was so cute with the kitty cats. Oh, and then look at their little tails. It's like holding hands. So got that for my Christmas tree. And I also got this ornament I'm going to remove out of the box. It looks like it's from 1996. It says Patsy Ornament 1 Year Limited Edition, the Affinity Doll Company. So I don't know much about Patsy as far as the doll, but I just thought she was so sweet, and I'm going to take her out and hang her on my tree. Then I got this little bottle. It's a perfume bottle made to look like one of those little purses. It so reminds me of something my mama would have had. So I'm going to be using that. In May, I plan to have a Mother's Day vignette that we're going to do together. I'm going to invite you to decorate with me as I decorate a vignette and a nod to my mama. So this will be a part of it because she did love perfume and she did like old things. So there you go. Then I got this. I don't know if anyone's ever watched it. It's on BBC, and my daughter and I caught it, I think, on PBS. And we used to watch it and just laugh and laugh. But it's called Keeping Up the Appearances with Hyacinth Bouquet. And this is her book on etiquette. I don't know if that rings a bell if you look at that face. But sometimes even Mr. Bean was been known to be on there in the department store. And all of her and her sisters are named, I think there's Rose, there's Hyacinth. I want to say there's two others, Violet maybe. They're all named after flowers. And then her last name is Bucket, but she pronounces it Bouquet. And it's autographed by their neighbor, the actress that plays their neighbor. So I got this for Haley because we used to watch that all the time and just laugh. So thought she'd get a kick out of the book. Then what else I got was this letter opener. Now I already have one that's North Carolina, but there's something about this wood handle I just love. So I'll probably be using it for decor as opposed to an actual letter opener. And speaking of decor, I also got this pen. It almost looks like it's been made out of, a piece of silverware. And I don't know if it writes or not, but I think it's really cool. Then I got this old enamel ladle. It does have some wear and tear on it, but I don't care because it's going to go on the catio. Aunt Penny sent me something recently from Pinterest. I'll see if I can find it and insert a picture of ways to decorate with them. So I'm not exactly sure yet, but I really want to get my baker's rack out there so I can get more ideas on how I want to decorate. So it may live out there. Then I also got, they had several old tobacco tins. So I got these two, one for me and one for Aunt Penny. So thought these were cool. My husband does like to smoke cigars and pipe tobacco. He hasn't for quite some time. He usually smokes the cigars outside and the tobacco in-house in a pipe. And as long as it smells essentially like vanilla or like food or like that spicy warm smell, like I'm making something in the kitchen, those are my favorite smells. So I don't have a problem with it as long as it makes my house smell good. So, and then the last thing I got for myself were these two pictures. So there's this one and then this one. I'm not exactly sure yet where I'm putting them. I kind of have some ideas, so we shall see, but I love these old cottage pictures. I don't even remember seeing that in the picture of the estate sale. I just happened to run across it as I was going through the sale and thought, oh, I want those. So they came home with me. Then also, which I did not see in the pictures, but it was plugged in and on when I went there, was this itty bitty lamp. Look at it. It's so tiny. It's so cute. I'm going to be visiting my friend Marnie soon, and so I'm bringing this for her. She already has plans for it. It's so cute. The little top globe lights up. The bottom doesn't, but the top doesn't. It's just, it'd be perfect for a nightlight light. But yeah, when I saw that and it was plugged in, I was like, oh, that's coming home with me. I tend to shop that way. By whatever speaks to me, that's what I grab. So now this is stuff that's for the shop, or essentially it's not my stuff. Let's put it that way. I'm not keeping it, so it's fair game. So I got this 50th anniversary Gone with the Wind cookbook from 1989. If you're like me, I loved the movie Gone with the Wind. It may not be politically correct, but I still loved it. And honestly, I grew up loving Scarlett. I especially loved her clothes. But now as an adult, I really admire Melanie. I know she thought of Melanie as like this wimp and this wuss. And what they're really thinking about is Ashley. He's the one that's the wimp and the wuss. The one that's so cool is Rhett, and Scarlett was dumb that she couldn't figure that out because Rhett was super cool. So Rhett and Melanie were my favorites. I did like Scarlett's wardrobe. She had a fantastic wardrobe, and I do appreciate her spunk. But she needed to be put over someone's knee and spanked because she was naughty. So then I also got this old tape measure for my shop. I thought that would be fun. I love the old tape measures, whether you want them to measure or if you want it for decor. And there's another one for my shop. They're also great. I don't know if you do, but I always carry a small one in my purse because you don't know how many times you've wanted to measure something and didn't have a tape measure, but they fit right in your purse and then you have one. Then I got this for the shop. So if you're an old Raggedy Ann and Andy collector, look at these sweet ornaments. I'm assuming somebody made them because I don't see any markings on them, but they are super sweet. So those will be in my shop. Then speaking of old ornaments, I found this one. I have never seen anything like this one. I don't know if they made it because it almost looks like it's been made out of a pill bottle. So I think that's kind of fun and cool. So that will be in my shop. And then these old ones will be in my shop. I'm going to put these together. They just feel like they belong together. And then this guy, he's marked Made in Japan on his fanny right there. But there's him for my shop. Little drummer boy. Then I also got this massive letter opener. Looks pretty dangerous, but it's brass. So this will be in my shop. And then I thought this picture, the sweet homespun little heart, that will be in my shop. It's kind of primitive if somebody's into that. And then I thought this vase, flower bud vase, was really sweet with the hummingbird on it. And it looks like it's a little rose flower. And it is marked on the bottom, San Francisco, made in Taiwan. Feels like pewter. It's pretty heavy. So that's for my shop. Then this is also for the shop, a crystal swan. And it does look like a trinket dish. And I do tend to collect swans, but the two I did buy are going in my shop because I'm trying to limit how much I collect as far as, like, if I like swans, I don't want every swan. And I like strawberries for summer, but I don't want every strawberry. So I'm trying to be a little bit more curated in what I choose. So there's this one, which I also thought was beautiful. Look at the pansies. This is the one I'm having trouble putting in the shop because I love the pansies on it, so I kind of want to keep it. But I also know I have lots of swan stuff. So, and it's not marked on the bottom, so I don't know, but it feels very lightweight, like porcelain. So that's for the shop. And then this stuff has, well, basically it's already been sold to Aunt Penny. She got previews and it says, I'll take it. So I'm going to share with you her haul that's going to her house. So she got some nice magnifying glass, the Magnavision. And then this one I thought was amazing with the little pearl handle. And then this one, it says 1994 on it. There we go. You can see the back right there. So there's that one. And then you already saw her Prince Albert. Then I also got this one. It says Edgeworth Extra High Grade Sliced Pipe Tobacco. So this tin kind of reminds me of the Secrets tins or the Altoids, because I like Altoids mints. So it reminds me of that. Then I got her these 2 itty bitty little nativity sets. We'll have to see if we can see that one. And then there's a little bit of a larger nativity set. I remember these. I don't remember who I got them from, but I remember these as a child. It's marked on the bottom, made in Hong Kong. So there's that one. And then there's this, which she had the brilliant idea of putting butter pats in it. I only have 3 butter pats, which I hope to collect more, but I don't have anywhere near enough to fill this up. So she's going to take it and fill it up with butter pats, and it will look amazing in her house. Then she also got this for 4th of July, a little tape measure with a bicentennial. And then this is one of those old ginger beer bottles, and it says on it, Port Dundee, Glasgow, Pottery Co. I don't know if you can see the image down here. And I love it, but I would love one that has the emblem on it. So she said she has one that has the writing and stuff on it. So we're just doing a straight across trade. I'm giving her a plain one, and she's giving me a busy one, because that's kind of how we go. And then I know she does like the green handle. So look at this little baby child's one with the green handle. How cute is that? And then the last bit is I found her some green bottles. And another one for her collection. This one actually says Mexican Amole Soap Company, Peoria, Illinois. So that is all the haul. It was a very good vintage haul. They did have quilts there, and I did toy with getting some because they weren't badly priced. They were $25 to $35 to $45. The one I really loved was $45, but I couldn't bring myself to spend it because I just bought 2 quilts last week, so I don't need more quilts. And I have trouble selling them because I love them and I want to keep them. So I was like, well, if I don't buy it, then I won't have to deal with it. I won't have to try and give it up, nor will I have to try and figure out how to keep it. So if it just doesn't come in the house, I'm okay. So, well, let's have a verse and then stay tuned for some decorating. This week we have the London Bridge, which is funny. That always makes me think of that song, London Bridge is falling down, falling down. I don't remember if you know that from your childhood. I remember that. It shows my age. But the verse is Colossians 1:16. For everything was created by him in heaven and on earth, the visible and the invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and for him. So that is very true. He is the creator of all things. Now, some people ask, well, then does that mean he created evil? No. Evil entered the world through Satan. What he did create was a way for us to be free of evil, a way for us to be atoned for evil. But he did not create evil. Satan created evil, and we had a choice. And sadly, in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve chose wrongly, and now we're punished for it, all of us, through eternity. until Jesus Christ. And then Jesus Christ came and died for our sins and atoned for them. And if we accept his free gift that we can't earn, that he just gives to us, then our sins are atoned. They're as far as the east is from the west. So that explains why there's evil, and he did not create it, but he did supply a way through it, beyond it, around it. And not saying that once you're saved, there is no more evil in your life. There is, as long as we live in this world. But we can be assured of our eternity where there will be no evil, and we will be finally, eternally, forever free of it. But also, I think the other thing that makes me think about when I read this about all things have been created for him and through him, then that means all of this beautiful stuff I just found today was somehow created by him. Yeah, you're going to say, oh yeah, he came down and made this, Prince Albert tin. No, but he made the man who did. He created the person who made it and gave them the idea for it and supplied the supplies so they could make it. So he created all things for him and by him. So even when I make a cake, or let's be more accurate, recently, chocolate chip cookies, he created all the ingredients, or created the knowledge for all the ingredients, or created the people to make all the ingredients, and then he created me to put it all together and create the chocolate chip cookie. So all things are still made by him and made for him. And granted, evil is not made for him, but it promises in his word that he can take all things for good and turn them for good for a purpose for our lives for him. So it's kind of like that old saying, taking lemons and making lemonade, that all the lemons of badness or evil or whatever, he can turn them into lemonade and make something worthwhile and good out of it. Because that's what he did. What is it? Promise keeper, way maker, miracle worker. That's who he is. So anyway, that is my little haul. So let's do some decorating. That's the fun part after the shopping.
Well, the dishwasher is running, so you'll just have to be mindful that I live here and this is what we do. But added my folding measures to my other jar of measures. Now this makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these old wooden ones, I love them. I have a pocket watch, a tape measure, some skeleton keys. But it just reminds me of my grandpa and I love it. Love it, love it. Then those two pictures, I went ahead and split them up and put one on this gallery wall, right up there at the top left. I'll come up a little closer so you can see it. I love my gallery wall. I plan to do a tour in June of each of my gallery walls. So if y'all are wanting to see that, it will be coming in June. And then I put the other one over here, and I decided to keep the little heart, little primitive heart picture because I just thought it was so cute. So this one is on this wall with the crosses and more of the primitive things. I'm trying to get around my dining room table. Here you go, so you can see the whole overview. There's me in the reflection. But that's that gallery wall. Need to find some more crosses to add to it, but love my gallery walls. Then in here, there's the little step stool. I'm sure I'll move it around as I want to, but I like it right here for now with some books on it. I left the Bible there. The Little Men I put in a different spot. Then I have an old Swiss Family Robinson. And look at this reading primer. Isn't the graphics awesome? Love it. So another place to hold books. Gee. That would be me. And there's Miss Mika Bean. Miss Mika Bean lounging. Oh, you need some belly rubs? Is that what you need? You need some belly rubs? Yeah. You need more attention, huh, rotten girl? Yeah. Yeah. There's the other two. Napping on the couch. That's pretty good for them. They don't usually like to spend a lot of time near each other. That's about almost as close as they get. It's got to be really cold for them to get to the point where they touch. Hi, May May. Hi, old man. He'll be 17 in June. And Miss May is gonna be 8 in May. Yeah. Will it be your birthday? Huh? Were you napping? Do you want me to leave you alone? Meh? Meh meh? Yep. She's like, bug off, Mom. And then the last thing, look at this lamp. The one that was here, I went ahead and moved it to my desk in the office, and I love it. I have wanted one, but I've been very picky about them because I wanted them to be a certain way, and this one is absolutely perfect. Perfect, perfect. I love it. Love it, love it. Friends, thank you so much for joining me for this thrift haul and thrifting in Dunn and staying for decorating with all the fun finds. Thank you for so much being my friends. And what was your favorite thing I found today? I think for me, my favorite thing was that lamp. I just absolutely love that milk glass top lamp. Oh, I love it. And $25, can't beat that. I've been watching for them, but they've been, the cheapest I think I've seen them was $60. And I am a picky girl and I wanted it cheaper, so God gave me one for $25. I'll take it. I haven't seen them in thrift stores, so that works for me. But thanks for joining me, friends, and bye for now.